Okay, I'd like to ask something else about equality. We see that today we have no equality. We don't see that really there's any kind of equality between people, neither the way we appreciate people, the way we treat different people, socially, not with respect to the social gaps. What is the measure for true social equality? How can I examine that society is truly in a state of equality? We don't have this measure. Like we just said, that these things, they're above us. You measure equality to the extent of a person's attitude towards others, the extent to which he wants for the benefit of others. Only this way, when people want to treat each other nicely, then to the extent of this good attitude towards each other, you measure equality. I don't understand. I understand that it's hard to explain. I'm trying. Look, everyone's different. Yes. We can't make everyone similar. Of course not. Okay, what can we do? Through education, like I just talked about, we can reach a state where everyone will be able to bestow from himself to others. Then, this way, by people bestowing to each other, we can measure the degree of their equality. Only this way. Because we have no other way to compare people, to measure their equality. How can you measure whether they're equal or not? So I'm asking, is there something external? No, there's no such measure, because everyone has different needs. Everyone has a different outlook. Everyone changes from day to day. And so it's impossible to make everyone the same height, having the same character, the same attitude, the same everything. Equality doesn't exist this way. Equality can be only on condition that everyone wants to bestow to others, and then to the extent to which a person bestows to others, to the extent of one's education, this will more or less determine, and more or less because it's not simple, the measure of equality. Let's put it this way. We can determine equality in a more practical way. Everything that I want for myself, first of all, I have to give it to others. But do they need it or not? Still, it's a kind of a person's inner scrutiny with himself. It's not something comparative towards someone else. Sure, you want to see how to do it practically wise? Yes. It's very simple. Like in a family. I already said that we have reached a state where all of humanity are as one family. They're in strife, problems, but let's say that we're all connected as one family. How would you then see these things about everyone being equal? You're talking about the care and the mutual giving, only to the extent to which each cares for the others. It can't be any other way. Otherwise, how can you compare a bottle of baby food for your baby, a bottle of beer for your husband, and a small cookie for yourself, and so on and so forth? And what's first, and what's next, and so on, only to the extent of the good relations between people. So it's to the extent to which I care and to the extent to which someone else is content with it. As a result of this education, the moment you start with this education, there's nothing to measure, only to exert yourself in this direction. Is it possible to have a society of equals where still there are big differences economically wise between people? I don't think so. I'll tell you. There are people that They have to be rich. They need it. They need it because they need not to work. They have to think. They have to go around. And in the meantime, they acquire knowledge and the right attitude. And these are people that later on go to the government and become managers. And it's not that they have to work and work like workers. There are these, and there are those. Or he's an artist, so he needs his freedom, or he's a writer. He also needs his freedom and special conditions, as opposed to those that work in the municipality or a factory or something. So it's not a measure for true equality. No, never. Neither according to wealth or freedom or anything else, but only according to the education that everyone's given and to the extent to which later on they contribute to society. This is what you'll get. Contributing to society. Contributing to society is contributing to the well-being of society, meaning that everyone, as much as they can, they want to complete whatever is lacking. That's the key. That's the key. And therefore you can't elaborate on it, explain everything in detail. If I want to contribute my share to society, and you that are completely different also want to contribute to society from the bottom of your heart, and so does Yael. By this, we become equals, even though that from nature we're different. Of course, that's the equality, that's the true democracy. That gives us what? Everyone mutually cares for the well-being of society. And then everyone feels good. I don't have to care for myself, because if everyone cares for me, I don't have to care for myself. And if I care for everyone, they don't have to worry about my part that I'll give them for sure. So what follows is that we get everything, and we're completely content, and no one has to worry about anything. It's heaven. Is it possible or is it utopia? Everything depends on the education.